In this video, I'm going to show you 5 great filler games for those occasions when you have quite a few players to get around the table and you all just want to jump in and have some fun. These games will also fit inside your handbag or your backpack, so you can just whip it out at any time. First up, it's actually the biggest game of the lot. There's also a review of this game already on my channel, so after you've watched this video, go and check that out. And that is Excalibur from Roxley Games. Excalibur plays up to 8 players, and with production like this, it can even be played outside when the weather is right, not the weather that we're having in England at the moment, because it's meant to be warm, but it's really wet. But you didn't come for a weather report, you came for talk of swords. Excalibur is a social deduction game. You will have a handful of these lovely chips that you will hold out, and they will do something in the round, and they will go round, and people will lose chips, steal chips, and you're all trying to do this so you can get Excalibur and be the last person left holding Excalibur, and then be King of England and win the game. So Excalibur, it's if you love a game like a love letter and that kind of thing, but just want a bit more of a tactile kind of experience with a bit more table presence, then Excalibur is definitely the one to go for. Next up on my fun time filler games is Trio. This is a 3 to 6 player game where you are trying to collect trios, sets of 3. You'll have cards in hand. There'll also be cards laid out on the table, depending on the player count, depends on how many cards they are. You can then ask other players for their highest number or their lowest number, or flip a card from the center. You're doing this to try and deduce where the trios are within the table. It's a really addictive, fun game. You win the game by having 3 trios, so 3 sets of 3 cards, or if you are able to find the 3 sevens, you will then immediately win the game. Obviously, 3 sevens are a bit more tricky because the 7s are bang in the middle and some of the more tricky numbers to find. But if you manage to find them, you immediately win the game. Trio is a lot of fun and it is super, super addictive. Next up is a tiny boxed game that plays up to 10 people. That is so many people, I'm not sure I even have that many friends. This is a re-implementation of a button shy game called In Vino Morte. This is Risky Whiskey. Risky Whiskey is a game of pure deduction. The dealer will be able to hand out a card. It will either be a whiskey card or it will be poison. Then it is down to the players to choose whether they swap their drink with another player around the table or choose to drink their drink. If it is poison, you will pop your clogs. If it is whiskey, yum, 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 I'll have another one of those, please, sir. What changes this one up from Il Vino Morte is that there is actually an antidote in this. So you can choose, if you don't trust who's dealt you out the drink, you could say, I'm going to drink my antidote before I drink this. Then if you do flip over poison, you've used your 1 antidote. That's your 1 lifeline and you're still in the game. Yes, there is player elimination, but this is such a fast, fun, silly little game that I recommend that everyone tries out because so much fun, so many rounds have been had with this game, and it is beyond beautiful. I mean, look at that. Look at that foil. Next up on my list of games you should definitely be playing with 2 to 6 players is Forks. Forks is probably maybe my favourite small box card game of all time. I absolutely love it, and the fact that it plays up to 6 people means I get to play it with everyone. Forks is essentially the math game, and I do not like math because numbers is hard. Forks is different in a lot of ways. In this game, you'll have a hand of cards and you'll be playing cards to either the centre of the table or you'll be keeping those cards. Cards that are placed in the centre of the table change the values of the districts that you've played, the different coloured suits as such. Now, red and silver could be really high, riding high would be worth positive points, and then green and blue could be worth negative points to you at the end of the game. But on that final round, you might decide, I'm going to keep my high green card and play this medium blue card down. But then suddenly it gets to the end of the round and then blue is suddenly very prosperous and worth loads of money. And those green cards that I was holding on to are suddenly worth absolutely nothing. It is beautifully swingy. It's very, very quick. And it's just delightfully addictive. Forks is just a wonderful kind of social game where you think you have everything, but you have nothing, or you think you have nothing, and then suddenly everything's coming up. Millhouse. Next up, and the final game that you should definitely have if you really want to have the best filler games in your collection, and that is this. Kobayakawa. 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 This is an oink game that is essentially one card poker as such. You will have a card in front of you and you will then choose, and there will be a card flipped over in the center of the table on the discard pile. And on a turn, you can do a couple of things. You can either blindly just flip a card on top, changing the value of that laid down card. You can draw a card to your hand and then place one of the cards face up in front of you, giving a piece of information out to everybody else around the table. Now, to win the game, you need to be able to play the highest number down. So you may have a 12 in your hand and play that 12 down thinking, I've got a really high number here. But then someone may play a 7, and then someone may play a 10, and someone play a 9. And you'll think, I've got a 12, I win. However, no. Because if you're actually the player who plays the lowest card down to the table, you add the number of that central flipped card. And if that central flip card then makes your card worth the most, you then win the trick. So it's that beauty of, do I risk having a low number in my hand and hope that central number brings it up so I win the bet and I get the coins? Or do I just hope I have a highest number and that even if that lowest number is added to the central number, I am not going to lose, I'm still going to win and it'd be great. There are 5 rounds in this game. It is very quick. It plays up to 8. This is a great game. Everyone should play it. The more the merrier with this game, I would say. We've played it at 3. It is fine and it plays well. I played it at 5 or 6 and it's very, very good. The more, the better. There are loads of cards in there. So the number pool becomes, so you get your card counting around the table and that kind of thing. It is a wonderful, wonderful little game and one that you should definitely be adding to this little pile. And that is 5 great filler games that you should be filling your heart and your board game collection with. Let me know what lovely, fantastic filler games you enjoy and leave them in the comments below. As always, thank you so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, do all those fun YouTube things and help this channel grow. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one.